So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. Welcome to this Thursday's sharing of Harmonize to Energize. My name is Terry Matthews, and it's my pleasure and privilege, and has been for close on 5 years, to present these weekly webinars, if you want to call them that, on aspects of the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU, and more recently, arts that have, or modalities that have, overlapping connections with JIN SHIN JYUTSU. So for those of you that are completely brand new, maybe watching this on the replay, JIN SHIN JYUTSU is an art of harmonizing life energy, life force, prana dependence, which culture you're brought up in, as it moves or not congruently through our bodies. This understanding is from Asian medical theory, and some of you may be familiar with it with acupuncture. But the huge difference between this and acupuncture is the theory is similar, but we use only 20. Could you mute yourself? We use only.
Oh, this is on.
Excuse me. Let me begin again. The difference between JIN SHIN JYUTSU and acupuncture is that we only utilize what we call 26 safety energy locks, and the acupuncturists call them points. And what these are regulators within the energy field of the body that will allow the energy to move through energy pathways more congruently. Because by and large, due to our thinking, our speaking, and our actions, we disharmonize our energy field. In JIN SHIN JYUTSU, the safety energy locks are the diameter of the palm of your hand, not mine, so they're unique to your hand. And here goes AI all over again. I must find a setting to change that. And when we place the palm of our hands or the fingertips or the thumbs on these safety energy locks, 26 of them, left and right of the spine, 3 in the arm, we can harmonize the energy, which means it will move more congruently through energy pathways, which then feed the cells of all the organs in our body and help us to remain in balance. Mary Ino Burmeister learnt the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU from her master, Master Jiro Murai, in Japan in the early 40s, in just before the Second World War with America, that is, at least Japan and America. Just before then, she moved to Japan. She was a teacher of English as a foreign language, but she met Jiro Murai, and apparently he instantly recognized in her that she had the ability to both understand the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU, and in fact, what I've heard, like him, was clairvoyant, was able to see the energy pathways and these energy locks. And certainly people that met Mary Burmeister when she moved back from Japan to California and then to Scottsdale in Arizona, she certainly had a tremendous mastery of the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU and could often pinpoint exactly where your blockages were. Well, perhaps that's because she could actually see the blockages. So anyway, welcome everybody. I hope you've had a good week and are continuing to have a good week in these interesting times with all these different energy shifts going on. Excuse me, stroking the tash. Last week when Yolanda was on, she was talking about the eclipse and the planetary lineups, which apparently most astrologers that she knows and she's read about have never seen before. I recently listened to an audio of a spiritual teacher, and she said that in her incarnation, she has never seen the amount of shift, transformation, and light that is entering the Earth's atmosphere, the Earth's energy field ever before. And those of you that are 60s babies, or at least were around then and appreciated the music, will remember a song called The Age of Aquarius by the Fifth Dimension. Well, this spiritual teacher said, I'm not kidding here, no jokes, we are in fact in the fifth dimension. We moved into it very recently, and although there seems to be still some chaos, this teacher also said that is just the debris of the third dimension, which we've been happily or unhappily living in for many centuries, fighting. Can you please mute yourself? We've been happily or unhappily living in the third dimension for many centuries. And she expressed her huge admiration for those of us that have been following an understanding of energy fields, spirituality over the years. Congratulations, she said, you finally arrived at a unique point in the Earth's evolution. Never happened before. The understanding is the fifth dimension, and we're not talking religion here, we're talking spirituality, we're talking energy, dimensions. The fifth dimension is the dimension of the enlightened, or if you prefer, the saintly. She went on to say that Christ, Muhammad, various other great prophets and teachers resonated at the fifth dimension. There weren't many of them resonating, and this was in the age at that dimension, and this is the age of Pisces. This was in the age of Pisces. Now we've moved into the age of Aquarius fully, she said, fully integrated. This is the age of group consciousness, whereas before there were maybe half a dozen or more fully enlightened people. She said, now it's group consciousness, and as the group's consciousness raises, many, many more people will connect with the light of the sixth, the seventh, the ninth, and beyond depths, as we call them in JIN SHIN JYUTSU, and will fully allow that energy to resonate within their bodies, within all their energy fields. So congratulations, you all that are here still on this planet. Don't worry about the chaos. This is just the last breath of a dimension trying to hold on. But we're now in the fifth, and you may feel different because of the eclipse. You may feel different because of the planetary setup. But I just wanted to offer that other perspective to you, because if things begin to change at a much deeper level than you ever expected, thought, considered, felt, that may be because this fifth dimension has arrived. Which neatly brings me to safety energy lock number 5, which is what we're talking about today. And you know, really, what is safety energy lock 5 really talking about? Going beyond fear. And you cannot, you will not be able to conduct the amount and the power of light that can come through your energy pathways, through your spine, through your energy centers, through your safety energy locks, if you are still stuck with irrational fear. And I make the emphasis as irrational fear because there's caution, there's discernment. And the kidney energy, which really is one of the major energies, along with the spleen and liver, that move through safety energy lock 5. The kidney energy is all about harmonizing fear, and it brings ancestral energy into the body as well as present day energy. That's the one we have to really look after in our life. It's the one that keeps, well, we need to look after everything, but it's the one that keeps the spine straight and our destiny towards enlightenment straight. So it is also the last organ energy function to close down when the soul leaves the body. So it's very important. It's the water element. It's the partner of the fire element of the heart, the precious heart. It's the downward moving energy as opposed to the upward moving energy. Yet, safety energy log 5, even though it's on the descending, the kidney energy has to move up through it to keep our spine straight, to allow the supervisor energy, the sixth depth energy, to spiral through, up all the way through the energy centers, through our third eye, and up through the crown chakra, crown center. So some of you may be familiar with the ideas I'm discussing here, but I just wanted to bring it all into context because it's easy to carry on talking about understandings of JIN SHIN JYUTSU and any other energy. What I'd like to suggest to you is those understandings came in the third dimension. I don't know that Mary was in the fifth dimension when she understood with Jeremiah. I don't know. She was highly evolved. She was a master. But I want to emphasize, if we've made this shift into the fifth dimension, this is exciting because we may find that there is more expansion and insight into the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU than we ever considered. And that maybe even Mariah Sensei and maybe even Kato Sensei and maybe even Mary didn't consider because the dimension that they were in was third dimension. I'm not going to say that fifth dimensional people cannot exist in the third dimension and cannot give us wisdom, but I'm just excited because I think this gives all of us a huge chance, huge, to go beyond fear. And guess what? The universe has a joke, doesn't it? What a sense of humor. Right now, it looks like the world is anything but friendly. Most people you speak to are frightened, confused, don't know what the heck is going on. Exhale. Relax. There's something bigger than what we're witnessing, something way bigger. And I don't know how long it will take for this dimension to show us all that the third dimension is over completely. But don't watch the news unless it's interesting to do with planetary shifts and energy, because I think you'll just be seeing all the confusion. Through all this is going to be the light. And the light's going to come really strong, I'm told. Just breathe out for a moment and see what you're feeling right now. Not about what I said, just your energy. Just breathe out. Well, I don't know about you, but it feels very peaceful to me, very still. The thing about the dimensions beyond the third, and we can talk about the fourth as the bridge between the transcendent, is there's much more peace. It's so expanded, most of you won't be able to see it unless you're highly clairvoyant. But it's a little like that. Am I confusing or making sense here? Anyway, if you didn't feel peace, carry on breathing out. Because as you know, where I am, at least in my journey at the moment with JIN SHIN JYUTSU, I'm emphasizing the bus line, the soul level, and the message that we bring. So if there's any negative messages, like whatever you're experiencing emotionally, breathe out. Emotions are like this, they're waves. We know when the wind blows, the waves get higher than when the wind drops. The wind, represented by liver energy, which creates everything else in the body. It's the one energy that can throw everything, because when it's out of harmony, it's anger, frustration. But underneath that is a lack of trust and fear. Water element, waves. Just let the wind blow away. Whew, gone already. You? Stillness. If you needed to emphasize anything in your life right now, it might be peace. Harmony, of course. Could also be love, peace, and harmony. So we'll look at what Mary Burmeister said about Safety Energy Lock 5. And we'll practice some of the self-help that she offered to help us, to remind us of the connection, how we can harmonize any of those fears. And I've got a slideshow which we'll look at. And feel the new dimension. Feel the fifth dimension. It's not a race. Just begin to notice in your heart how you're feeling. Okay. So in JIN SHIN JYUTSU, safety energy lock number 5. Let's and you'll see that. In JIN SHIN JYUTSU. Oh, look at that. Whoopie-doo. It represents regeneration. To liberate from all bondages. The reproductive and urinary system. Kidney, bladder. Ears, kidney. Pyramid, pentagon, 5-pointed star, the order of creation. Number of the first and sixth depth. And hip line. Okay. Let's see what one of Mary Burmeister's teachers said, Walter Rodrigo Krauser. Not only regeneration, letting go of the old, embracing the new. I was going to say hold on to that, but reflect on that. Embracing the new. Okay, you can see it there underneath the inner ankle. See if you can reach it on your foot. Go onto the medial side of your foot under the ankle. You yoginis or yogis may be able to get there. If you can't, I don't want you to get into some panic about it. There is alternatives, which is what we're going to discuss. And, you know, you can just use your mind and imagine you're touching Safety Energy Lock 5 if you wish. Or you can hold your 15s, which is in the groin. So just become acquainted with Safety Energy Lock 5. There it is. Then place whichever hand is free on your heart. Here we are, fire and water. What message are you bringing from your heart down to your 5, down the front? What are you bringing to earth? I'll give you some examples here. Possible declarations. I fearlessly let go of that which no longer serves me. With love in my heart, I grow. Number 3, I am regenerating my vitality. If they work for you, choose one of them. If not, feel in your heart, what harmonious declaration would you like to bring into the energy of number 5? What do you need to regenerate in yourself? What do you need to embrace? Something fresh. I am in the 5th dimension of group consciousness. My heart is open to the universe. I am vibrating within the dimension of the enlightened. We are bringing the highest light to the planet Earth. Whatever it is, choose the declaration that feels expansive to you. And if you need to help your heart to open, 4 with 13, 15 with 2, 26 with 22. I'm just going to hold my heart with my 5. 5 sits in second depth, Mary Burmeister's idea of the frequency and wavelength of energy of the lung and the large intestine. If it's out of harmony, it brings sadness. When it's in harmony, peace. Beyond grief. And the numerological number that resonates with second depth is 9. End of a cycle, beginning of a new. Yeah, well, we've just got out of the 3rd dimension. And we're now in the 5th. We've ended that cycle. Let's move into the 5th dimension, the full age of Aquarius, with 9 exhalation inhalations, holding the 5 left or right, and your heart to make the fire and water connection. Here we go. Breathing out. Breathe the energy down the front of the body, from the 4s through the 13s, through the 15s, to the 7. Big toe, Mother Earth. And then bring or allow to receive the energy up the back from the 7 through the 2, back through the 10 to the 4. 8 more times. The energy peacefully connecting with the ground beneath you, letting go of all your burdens. Mary Burmeister called them false evidences appearing real. And breathe in the cosmic purified energy with the affirmation of your choice. Allow those vibrations of those words to percolate throughout your energy-filled cells of your organs, feeding you with harmony, peace. Okay, when you've reached the ninth exhalation, inhalation, just pause. And see how you feel. For those of you that have Self-Help Book 2, this is where Mary writes about number 5. There it is. Erases fear. And she says, erases false evidence appearing real to discover. Know myself, it is. Infinite truth, infinite self. There you go. So just beneath there, I can see it's not showing up too well, but Mary illustrated holding the 15s. Well, from our heart to our hip, filling our heart with joy. Safety energy lock 15. That's what we're going to hold now in the hip line, in the groin. And we're going to do 9 exhalation inhalations. Here we go. Your connection with ground beneath you. And bringing the joy of the 5th dimension to earth, the light. 5 in JIN SHIN JYUTSU also represents being human. So maybe we were always meant to live in the 5th dimension. Notice is the fifth depth heart being filled with more light, fifth dimensional light. Just notice. And when you reach the ninth exhalation, inhalation, just pause, witness. If your affirmation intention changed, it's okay. Keep it harmonious though. Keep it positive. Keep it expanded. So witness how you feel. And now we go to the second page where Mary described a way of harmonizing SEL 5, holding the index fingers. Left representing the exhale in the past, right, present, now. I'm going to hold the now. You choose. 9 exhalation inhalations. Here we go. And breathe in the positive intention, declaration. And when you come to the ninth exhalation, inhalation, again, just pause, observe how you're feeling. And then the last practice is 15, which we held second position with the 3, which is just off the third thoracic vertebrae. If you hang your hand over your shoulder, left or right, as you can see in the illustration. Find the third thoracic vertebrae, or at least close enough, and anchor there. So let's say goodbye to the third dimension, number 3, with the 15, with the joy from the 5th depth, heart, 5th dimensional frequency, and bring some strength to our immune system, which is governed through Safety Energy Lock 3, because now we're being filled with even more light to empower our immunity. And let's be immune to fear. Here we go. 9 exhalation inhalations. Bring in your intention on the inhale. Your shoulders relaxing. joy and the laughter. Sending through to the three, opening the door, the swinging door. Dis-ease be gone, woe be gone. Ah, okay, all right. How did that feel? You come to the ninth exhalation, inhalation, just pause again, and now just notice where you are, maybe give yourself a hug, connect fully with your 26 and 22, the bus line where fifth depth, second depth reside, harmonized by our thumbs and fingers here, bringing us back to oneness. Sixth depth harmonizes fifth and second depth. So, the second part of that song, The Age of Aquarius, Dawning of, was Let the Sun Shine In. I think it was from the musical Hair, where they also had another song called Good Morning Starshine. I tell you, those 60s people were wide awake, thanks to all kinds of pleasant interventions, I might add. So this last slide here, a few weeks back, I posted something on Facebook, which was a song by Genesis called Afterglow. And I just wanted to say, for those of you that are experiencing the grief aspect of second depth, I understand. And what I found interesting about the words in this song, which is fairly sad, in the grief process, the author of this song, I don't think it was Phil Collins, I think it was Tony Banks from the group Genesis, may have been grieving loss. In that grief, he says, and I've highlighted it in yellow, are all as one to me now. And then later on, the meaning of all that I believed before escapes me in this world of none, no thing, no one. So my point of highlighting this is that even in the deepest sadness, you can experience the no thing, the no one. All can be one to you now. So we're not saying you don't experience grief or sadness. We're not saying that at all. At the very deepest level, you may experience oneness. What we're saying is now receive the joy and see it through the eyes of the fifth dimension, the fifth depth, the heart, the love, the unity, the oneness. So I don't know if that helped anybody who has experienced any kind of grief recently. Tom, you had your hand up, I saw.
Yes, I did. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I learned one of the most important things just recently that I wanted to share if I could.
Yeah, sure.
And this is I've had tremendously swollen legs and wearing compression. And
Uh-huh.
a PhD physical therapist said that that's lymph that's accumulating there. And the way
Uh-huh.
you remove it is you massage it upward
Uh-huh.
all over 360 degrees the leg, the knee
Uh-huh.
up to the knee and up to the groin. And
Uh-huh.
that you press the reservoir right at the groin of the lymph to wait for it to empty and behind the knees. And
Right.
when I did that, a bunch of the symptoms disappeared briefly when he came and did it. It's really difficult to do. Now, women, the upper body is a very complex lymph massage, and people are studying it. But I was going to put this in there if someone would be interested. Let me see if I can get it in there. If not, I'll just email it to you. It may be easier if I email it to you.
Uh-huh.
Come on, Tom. I got it right here. Here it is. Terry. Let me get Terry.
Yeah, safety energy lock 5 is central for the 3 regeneration flows, liver, kidney, and spleen. And spleen in Chinese medicine is connected, well, along with stomach, first step to helping the lymph move. Yeah, Diana, I'll send it along.
I just sent them both. It's too hard for me to describe, but after I had it done and I did it, the symptoms that I sent, a bunch of them disappeared for a while in the night. One of them was I was able to sleep through from midnight to 5 in the morning, which I haven't been able to do for 20 years. And one of them was I had a brain fog from the COVID that I had, and all of a sudden it cleared, and my photographic memory was just right on with hundreds of pages, and it was an amazing experience. And then, of course, it only lasted kind of a while because I didn't get a very thorough, I had the physical therapist there for 40 minutes, then I worked on it, but my hands are arthritis and I can't put any pressure on. But it's just amazing. And if anyone's interested, it's because if you see someone with really swollen lower legs, a lot of men get it. This is what'll help, and it'll really help. And of course, the
Yeah.
gin along with it. But thank you.
Oh, no, absolutely. You
I
know,
got
the fatigue flow with JIN SHIN, the mudras, the spleen and stomach flow. And if you're like me, you have a mini trampoline. I bounce up and down, and that shakes the cells, and any stuck dead cells move into the lymphatic system, and it also pushes the lymphatic system to move the lymph, which is moving all those dead cells out of the body, right? All those.
it goes a different direction. It goes up. Whereas we say it goes down, and I was pushing it down, and then my ankles would swell up. And by pushing it up, all of a sudden the swelling went down, and I could walk. It wasn't painful. It's just amazing the fact that I was pushing it the wrong way.
Yeah, no, well, that makes perfect sense because, the 3 regeneration flows, spleen included, are ascending flows. Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that. And you sent, which email did you send it to? H2E?
Let me get, hold on, I got so many windows open here. Give me a second, I'll find it.
I'll move it on to folks anyway.
Yeah, if you could.
There you go. The Chi machine works great too. That's from Debbie. I've never used them, but yeah, I think, folks, the cleaner you can keep your lymph, the better for your immunity.
I think, and it's just, I mean, these symptoms I've been plagued with for years, and suddenly they briefly disappeared. I mean, being able to sleep from midnight till 5 in the morning, I haven't been able to do that in 20 years. And
That's beautiful. That's
getting the brain fog to disappear suddenly from the COVID after 3 weeks, in the hospital with COVID. And
Yeah.
just briefly, then it went back, but it just is like a light at the end of the tunnel.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. So, anyone got any questions? Let's have a quick look. Yes, Diana. Yeah, holding the 5. Do the ascending flows if you want to do the Jin Shin approach. Do the spleen flow in particular, but do the ascending kidney, liver, and spleen. So most people felt fairly good today. Yeah, so I hope you all feel good. Maybe experience some peace, if nothing else. And so thank you for coming. Next week, I'll be sharing with a guest, and then the following week. And then I'm moving Harmonize2Energize to the 2nd and 4th Thursday of the month. That'll be beginning May with Manjita. And then we'll see how that works in June. I'm getting other things to do, and I'm not absolutely certain yet how it will work, but there will be some classes. One of the folks I'm hoping to work with, some of you have met her already, Thais Shabela from Brazil, who's currently in London. Her and I are going to do a dance together. And these classes will have a fee. They will have a fee. And so nothing like change, is there? We're at the end of a cycle, beginning of a new. So thank you, all of you, for being with me today. Thank you for sharing, Tom. And I hope you all have a good rest of the weekend. Oh, Nancy, yeah, you said something there. Oh, right. Helping your dog, huh? Your foster dog. Yeah. Yeah, the 15s will help the hips, for sure. 15s and 2s will help the hips. And liver and gallbladder flow will help. I don't think Adele shows all those flows in the animal book, if that's what you use as a reference, Nancy. But can 5 also make, yes? Yes, it can, and that's actually a kidney connection. But what Tom is saying will help you with that nausea. Once you get that lymph flowing, you won't feel so much nausea. All right, thank you, Sam. Thank you, everybody. You have a good rest of the day.